Hey guys, so I got rejected from another job that I applied to this morning, and it was one that I thought I had a decent chance of getting, and also could have done quite well at. So I'm quite sad. So I've gone for a walk to cheer myself up, and that's given me another idea for something I could talk about for one of these. Because a couple of years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, one of my friends introduced me to a website called citystrides.com. You log in via a fitness tracker app, and so like when I was training for the 10Ks, a couple of the 10Ks that I did while I was at uni, I was using Strava to track my runs. And so Strava is one of the apps that you can log on through. So I logged on through Strava, and what it does is it plots all of your routes, your activities, onto one map. And the goal is you have to try and get down as many completed streets or roads in a certain area as you can. And I thought this was a very, very cool idea. I liked the sound of it. And so I started, doing it. I started doing it more regularly. And I started using Strava to track my walks as well as my runs. And I mainly started doing this, I think it was about third year of uni. I thought, I'll try and do as much of Oxford as I can, because Oxford's not a very big place, it's very walkable. And obviously I didn't want to spend my whole time working. I like going on walks anyway, so I thought that would be a good opportunity. But then, of course, it being third year of uni, my final year, a lot of exams, a lot of work to do. And I did get out on a few walks, but certainly not as many as I would have liked. And when I did, it would be kind of to places that were still a bit closer. Like there were a handful of parks, things like that in the centre of Oxford. And, that was the kind of place I would go for like nice scenery instead of just walking down some, residential street or somewhere in a slightly less nice part of the city. So I didn't do as much in Oxford as I would have wanted. And obviously I can go back and do some more, but I thought when I got back I had a lot more free time and I'd do some in my hometown. And so that's what I've been doing. I did stuff when I was back for the holidays in between terms at uni. So yeah, again, I think it started technically 3 or so years ago. But I only started doing it regularly maybe a year and a half ago once I'd graduated. So I came back down, and I would do for a while, I would just do any long random walks and use Strava to track where I went. But after a few months of doing that, I thought, okay, I would kind of want to do it methodically. I kind of want to actually get as far with this as I can. So I started going out on walks specifically to do city strides. And it's a lot of fun because it's very, very satisfying to see your routes plotted out on one map and slowly knocking off more and more streets. And on the map on City Strides, all of your routes are purple, which is really, really cool. So if you zoom out, you get to see a load of purple lines along the roads. Obviously, it's not 100% accurate. It's if you zoom in on the map, it looks like you're not exactly on the road all the time, but still, it's really satisfying to do. And so it's got to the point now where I've done pretty much all of the roads that are close to my house. Obviously, as satisfying as that is, what it means is that I have to walk pretty much 20 minutes, nearly half an hour sometimes, to get to somewhere that I haven't walked down before. And obviously my town is even much, much bigger than that. I don't think I'll quite be able to keep it up at the rate I've been doing it so far, but I'm not too bothered about that. I just want to get as much of it done as I can. So as of before I started on this walk, which is that's what I'm doing right now. Before I started on this, I had a smidge over 20% of the roads in my town done, and I know that sounds like quite a lot, and it is quite a lot. It's 310 roads in total out of a possible 1,536. So that's not bad going for and I haven't been doing it too often up till recently. Yeah, it's only more recently that I started trying to do this a lot more often, particularly the last few months, because I've noticed I've been putting on a little bit more weight and I probably haven't been getting as much exercise as I could and should. So I kind of wanted to do something about that, and this is definitely a step towards that. And the other thing that's cool about City Strides is it has built-in leaderboards for certain towns or cities. So obviously I've selected my hometown, and it's apparently I am ranked 20th out of well over 1,000 people. So that's pretty cool. I guess if you kind of do this, with the aim of getting loads and loads of streets done, rather than just like tracking your runs and just seeing how much you get done, sort of without thinking about it, then I guess that probably does make sense. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about like the dual carriageways and some of the more like sort of country type roads in this jurisdiction, because there are some of those. There aren't any motorways, which is good, but yeah, there are several dual carriageways, and I would hedge a bet that a lot of those don't have like pavements or any kind of footpath. So I'm not sure what I'll do when I get to those, but I guess I'll figure it out. I don't imagine that'll be for a while yet. But yeah, so on the leaderboard, obviously I'm 20th, but my profile is a private one. You can choose, when you first sign up, whether you want a public or a private profile, which is obviously a very handy thing for any website with this kind of features on it. I chose private, and I thought about making it public because when you look at the leaderboards, obviously you can see other people's profiles if they've made them public, but you can't see people's if you've made them private. And like it would be nice, given that I'm trying to go for as high a like number of roads as possible. I thought it would be nice to have like a public profile. However, I did also think that it's certainly in my case, because I start all of my walks, like I start recording on Strava basically as soon as I get out of the house and finish like when I get back home. You can probably work out where I live if you were to like zoom in on my profile, because there is a couple of roads, obviously the one I live on and then like the next one over, where there is basically essentially at least one or even two purple lines for pretty much every single walk I've done. So yeah, that's probably not a good idea to have that done, so I'm going to keep it private for now. But obviously, like if you I can zoom out and post a screenshot and then you can't really tell. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do for all of them, because certainly for a lot of places in my town, like obviously I'm doing the stuff closest to me first, and even the stuff that's slightly further away is very walkable for me. Like I can go on a 3-hour walk like I'm planning to do on this one. Like it's not that much effort, and I do it often enough that I'm completely fine with it. However, there will of course come a point when there is only so many places left to do, and all of those places are further away, and so like having to walk to those places will take quite a while, and then having to walk around those places will take a bit, and then having to walk back would take quite a while as well. And I don't think I'm prepared to do that, so what I might have to do is like get the bus somewhere, walk around for a bit and then get the bus back, because it's too far away to do the whole thing as one walk. But yeah, obviously I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. There are a lot of different places where I could run into that kind of thing, but for now I'm just doing the stuff that's closer. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing it in different places, and I don't imagine I'll get like super close to finishing in the near future, but it's a nice thing to chip away at every once in a while, as with many projects that I've started and are far too ambitious for me to actually complete in a decent amount of time. I think this is one of those as well. So yeah, but again, like I said, I'm fine with that. Also, one more thing, the town I'm in is technically part of a larger like council area, because there are sort of 3 main, I guess you can call them all towns, but 3 main like areas like that were like reasonably close together, obviously when they were first like established, and then have since just grown and grown and grown, and to the point where now they're all kind of squished together. Not like squished together obviously, but there's essentially no like dividing marker between them, like where one begins and one ends. So the outline, the borders on city strides for the different towns, they are a bit arbitrary. Several of my walks have extended into the next town over, because that's where I meet a lot of my friends when we're going out for an evening, stuff like that. So yeah, it definitely would be fun to work a bit on that as well, but obviously, like I said before, I don't have any high hopes of completing it anytime soon. It's just a nice little thing to work towards on the side. Yeah, right, I'm coming up to another bit that I haven't done before, so I need to concentrate, so I'm going to get back to it, and I will see you tomorrow.